Balanced. No, we're not. Oh no. This gimbal thing. There we go. Now we're back in business. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Let's see our poll today. Holidays. And ready to be over. There we go. Our little poll going on. What is today? Today's the 8th, December 8th. And then I asked Gemini, the AI thing, what happened on this day in history. December 8th is a miserable day in history. Bad stuff happened in World War II, and John Lennon got killed, and I don't know. This day in history wasn't that great. Maybe today we can make today a better day in history. With a cup of coffee, right? Sitting here in downtown again, just hanging out. Let some people join in. We'll see what's going on. It's really quiet this morning. They had this town of tour of homes. This is a historic town, so they had this thing called tour of homes, and it happens like once or twice a year, and you get this little map, and you get to walk around this historic town and walk into people's houses and see their old houses. There are some old houses in this area for sure, but yeah, just a bunch of hundreds and hundreds of random people from all over the place coming down here to walk through your house and see what a house looked like 100, 150 years ago. Kind of strange. I mean, old houses are kind of fascinating, sure, but that's if you live in one or your relatives live in one, and then you can see it then. But just to walk around and go in people's houses randomly seems kind of odd to me. Seems a little bit on the odd side. But who am I? I'm nobody. I don't have an old house. Hello, Lena, the clown. Or Lena, the clown. I apologize. I can't read that well. My glasses aren't the best. How are you this morning? Is everything going okay where you are? We're just sitting out here in front of the coffee shop, having a nice cup of coffee. Do it on Sunday mornings. Yanara's here. Hello, Yanara. Have you guys had your coffee, or are you in a different time zone? I get people from Europe and India on here a lot at this time of day. I'm doing pretty good. I'm a morning person, so this is just right up my alley. Come out here and just hang out. Can I sing you happy birthday? A good happy birthday? What about a mediocre happy birthday? Because I'm not a great singer. Oh, this needs to be a split screen so we can get other people to sing with me. I can wish you a happy birthday. Baller! Got me an oatmeal cookie. There's a bakery across another block over, run by the same business, and they bring pastries over to the coffee shop. So yeah, I love their oatmeal raisin cookies. It's supposed to get like 60 degrees today. Right now, I don't know what temperature it is right now. Oh, it's a brisk 38 degrees right now, but there's no wind, so that's good. You guys hear that story about those drones flying over New Jersey? They say the drones are like the size of cars, and they're just flying over New Jersey and stuff randomly. Nobody knows who's doing it. They've got the FBI investigating. They've been investigating for like a week now, and they still don't know who's flying these car-sized drones around New Jersey. It's crazy. Hey, Leo. That is bizarre that they can't figure out. It makes you wonder if it's another country or something flying, but why over New Jersey? They haven't been seen over New York or anywhere else. It's kind of bizarre. But yeah, they're flying them around. I know that a few months back I saw a news story where South Korea made a drone that ran off hydrogen gas and can fly like 4,000 miles or something like that, which is plenty of fuel to make it over to the States and fly over California for a little bit. It wouldn't be able to fly back, but yeah, you don't want that falling into the wrong hands.
I've heard your name a lot, so I know your name is Ella. Bye, have a great day.
Yeah, I'm doing good. They open at 8 o'clock in the morning here, so I got here a few minutes after. Here in a little bit, more people will start showing up. I've been here a few times enough to know the regulars that come in and out. And if I stay here long enough, I don't know if they're doing it today, but normally there's like maybe 4 guys on bicycles with their little tight outfits and their funky little shoes and helmets, and they'll come click-clacking across here with their bicycle shoes on their morning ride and get coffee. I guess it's better than riding around in blue jeans and a t-shirt, right? You gotta play the part to ride your bike around down the highway and stuff. I always found that amusing. Have all this gear on like they're on the Tour de France. Well, they're just a bunch of old guys just riding down the street. A little breeze. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We get a lot of people. I wouldn't say a lot. I know there are people that don't like the bicyclers because they'll go down these 2-lane roads and completely take over an entire lane of traffic. They won't like get in single file line on the side of the road. No, they got to bunch together, and then and it's hills and turns. So there's only like one chance you could pass them on some of these roads. You're just stuck behind a bunch of bicyclists, which can be kind of annoying. Then they have a yearly thing. Pip and Nima, they're doing good. Pip was running all over the house this morning. Pip's one of the cats that I have. Pip was just running all over the place. Nima, Conor McGregor. Nema's keeps to himself. He really doesn't socialize that much. He plays by himself and he kind of just hangs out by himself. He's not afraid or anything. He just doesn't. Now, last night he jumped in bed with me and got in my face, let me pet him a few minutes, and then he walked away. It's like that's all he wanted. Gidget, the tuxedo cat, he's the wild one. He's nonstop, full of adrenaline, just going all the time. That cat is insane. They just got those 3, Pip, Nima, and Gidget, got neutered last week. Or a week and a half ago now. Yeah. You saw Conor McGregor. It is not random, Mana. I get that a lot for some reason. Conor McGregor references. He just lost a court case where he's going to pay millions of dollars to some woman he harassed or something. So yeah. Leo Martinez, my gay lover? Nah. No, not really. He's just a friend. He likes to come on my streams and say hi. Just a nice guy. Yeah, Conor. If I trim my beard down a bit more, I'd probably look even more like him. I don't know. Not really. Nah. In this day and age, why would it matter, right? If he was my gay lover, wouldn't he be right here with me? I mean, I'm trying not to entertain the trolls too much. I think I'm gonna go for a ride today after the stream. Get the old truck and just ride around. Only bad thing is it drinks a lot of gas. But all right. Sunday coffee indeed. I drink mine just black. Emma is the barista here. She's here on Sunday mornings. She likes my old truck. She remembers my name, but I have to ask her every Sunday what her name is. I gotta remember Emma. She's told me like 5 times. And of course they're like, it's no big deal. It's kind of embarrassing in a way. I keep coming seeing you, get coffee from you every week, and then I can't remember your name. Kind of pitiful. And all these mushroom heaters, these propane heaters they have on the patio, because of that tour of homes yesterday, they said they're running all these heaters all day long yesterday, run all the gas out of them. So yeah. So it was not even cold yesterday. Really. It was just like in the high 50s. I think it got up to maybe 60 degrees or something like that. It felt nice. I was comfortable. But I wasn't around I wasn't drinking coffee all day yesterday either. It was a little cool out. Like I said, it's 38 degrees here right now. It's a little chilly. It's supposed to get up to 60 today. So I've got a lighter jacket in the truck. So if I want to switch coats, I can. Where are you located, Vanna? I can't remember. Didn't you say it was like 20-something degrees where you are? You say it's a heat wave? 30 degrees there? That's a heat wave. I'd hate to see a cold spell or a cold snap. Excuse me. Don't sweat it, Leo. Kentucky, okay. It was warm up to late November here. It was wild. Normally it's around Halloween or late October it starts getting cold. It didn't. It stayed warm for quite a few weeks there. Similar to 56, but in Kentucky. Well, I think the wind plays a big part of that too. If the sun was shining, that'd be great. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we got clouds moving in and all that good garbage. But I'll be at work, so it won't matter. I'll work inside. I'm fortunate. I'm lucky. Little birds are chirping. I swear there's something going on though. Tammy's on here? Tammy works at the post office I used to work at. And now she's watching me online. Hey, Tammy. She's like 10 minutes from me right now, where she lives. She likes to give me a hard time. No, I get this cookie from in here. They have there's a bakery a block over that's owned by the same business, and they bring cookies over, pastries over to the coffee shop. So they're freshly baked and everything, so they're nice and warm. Unlike me. Mod Tammy? I don't think Tammy wants to be a moderator. I don't think she gets on live streams that much. She's probably laying in bed wondering why I'm on YouTube right now. Oh, man. We do these Zoom meetings at work every day. Zoom meeting. And if you've ever been on Zoom, you can change your background. So you can change your background like you're on the beach, or you're on the moon, or out in the ocean, or sitting in the forest, whatever, right? Well, I did this video of just my face floating around on the screen. And I took that video and put it behind me on a Zoom meeting. So I'm sitting there at a Zoom meeting and my face is like bouncing around on a black screen behind my head. And nobody noticed. Nobody said anything. They are not paying attention to me on that Zoom. Hey, Daniel. I've done weird stuff on there. I change up my background all the time just to see if anybody notices or says anything. Nobody ever says a word. I try to change it up every couple of days. Do something different. And one day I had the, remember the TV with the color bars? If the signal was gone, you just had these colors across the screen. I put that in the background behind me one time. Walked away from the camera. Nobody said anything. I think they blocked me. I think they got me mute on there by now. That they're not really paying attention to me. So, that's fine. Whatever. Last week she gave me a free refill on my coffee. You saw me on there, Tammy? Yeah, I got one where I'm walking through the woods, or like I'm walking down a path in the woods and the trees are going by me. I got one with the matrix with the stuff floating down past me on the Zoom meetings. I got like 4 or 5 of them. Too much time on my hands. And change the background up just to see if you need. One time, I work at the post office. One time I bought these root beers. Bottled root beers. And they look like regular beer bottles, if you just didn't know. But so I took some of those and I started drinking those through a Zoom to see if anybody would question me drinking out of a long neck brown bottle. Nobody said anything. I could get drunk on camera, nobody would even care. Nobody messaged me, emailed me, nothing. What are you doing on this Zoom? I don't care. Rachel's good. She's sleeping in this morning. I tried to be super quiet so I wouldn't wake her up. Yeah, they're in the post office. Yeah, the Zoom meetings are at the post office. It'd be kind of weird to everybody go to the same room and get on a Zoom together when you're all in the same room. So yeah, we're in offices. Yeah, I have my little desk and I do my meetings. Sometimes it's 15 minutes, sometimes it's an hour. It just depends on what kind of rant they go on. So, and a lot of it doesn't have to do with me because I'm in a really small office. So yeah. Say chicken. I've gotten every streamer in this to scream chicken. You got them to scream it? Well, I'm not going to scream chicken, but I'll say chicken. I do not work weekends unless I'm finally at the position now where I can work Monday through Friday. That was just recently. Hey, Sandro. Chicken. I know, there's a lot of stuff that because of COVID, they've adopted and they will never let go. They, like schools having distant learning days. They did that during COVID, but I mean, before COVID, you had to be in a conference room. Everybody had to be, all the kids had to be at school, and the idea of doing remote work was just so foreign. But through COVID, they're like, we can get people to stay at home and they can still work or do remote offices and things like that. So yeah, it's commonplace now. Completely commonplace for Zoom meetings and things like that to go on. And they used to be just phone calls. It was like a conference call, and but now of course they show graphs and charts and reports and things like that, and it's very boring. It happens every day, and they're still afraid to call out people. So if like an office had a bad day running mail, they won't call out the particular office. Sometimes, most of the time they won't. They'll be like, all right, guys, if this happens, you got to do that. That's going to happen. Just say who it is. They're so afraid they're going to hurt somebody's feelings or embarrass them in the Zoom call. It's not like we're not going to be able to figure it out. You start talking about something, it takes just a few clicks. I can pull up reports to find exactly what office you're talking about. Made up reports, yeah. Tammy knows, she's a mail carrier. They do all these different mail. Their scanners, basically, when you're delivering mail on the street, the scanner you carry is tracking your every move, how fast you're driving, how many stops you made, if you've driven backwards, if you go in reverse, because that's a big no-no. Where you scan all the packages, if you sit still for too long, they're constantly monitoring you. The new snowflake generation. That's the thing. A lot of people at the post office aren't from that generation. A lot of them are older and more mature. You know, you would think. But yeah, there'd be one moderator, if you will, at the Zoom, and she's like, "I'm not gonna call any names, but." Super Wind is on the chat. Hello. But they are afraid. I find that kind of funny in a way. Does Tammy know about Tina? Probably not. I'm in a completely different office now, so Tammy in my old office doesn't know Tina at the new office. But basically, she's the only clerk there, Tammy, and all these old guys come in and flirt with her all the time, and bring her flowers and like asking her out. They're like 70 and 80 years old. She's just like, it's so annoying. Why do they keep asking me? So, like I said last week, we purchased a wireless doorbell and like a panic button and put it underneath her counter, so she could hit it and say there's somebody at the back loading dock and that she has to go and kill the conversation. And she's used it a couple times. You know, like, bing bong. She's like, oh, I gotta go. Somebody's at the back door. And then she gets out of the conversation. My face is entertaining to watch. Cool. my forehead, wrinkled forehead. Oh man, that coffee's really good this morning. Well, Emily, just hang on and subscribe. I'm on here Monday through Friday, every morning, normally around 7:15 Eastern Time, New York time, every day. For about a half an hour, I do a little podcast, Zoom, live stream, if you will. Just casual conversation over a cup of coffee. Nothing big. Still want to know who's flying those drones over New Jersey. That's wild. There was a clip of some guy in Florida, a really old guy, retired or whatever, and he was shooting his pistol at a Walmart drone, and he got arrested. He's like, it flying over my house, and something fell out of it, and then it took something back up, and it was just sitting there, so I shot at it. And the officers, and he was all like, I just shot at it. What'd you shoot at? The officer's like, what did you shoot at? Oh, my 9mm. You know that's a felony. What? Well, how are we going to handle this? And he ended up going to jail. He just had no clue that he committed a felony shooting an aircraft from his backyard. He was just dumbfounded. He was like, I don't understand. Shoot at stuff all the time. Sorry, you're not in the hills of Tennessee anymore. You're in a suburban area in Florida. And you catch, I don't remember where he was in Florida, but it was like a Walmart delivery drone. They're testing him or something. And it hovered around his house too long, evidently, and he started shooting at it. I don't think he hit it. It didn't crash or anything like that. But the neighbors called the cops because he's firing a pistol in the air. And, you know, this isn't the Middle East where you do celebratory gun firing, right? And, yeah, he was just up there. They probably couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He was old. But he was just sitting there. Pow, pow. I never understood that, too. When I was in need tissue. When I was overseas in the Middle East, weddings or celebrations, and they would take their guns and just start shooting in the air. It's like those bullets have to come down somewhere. Hi, Sky. This place sell donuts here? No, they have like fancy pastries, you know, with slivered almonds and things like that on. But the oatmeal raisin cookie is really good. and they use golden raisins, not the regular raisins. Sky's using fancy fonts to type with us today. RR, what's going on? Got an angry bird in the background. There was a comedian talking about birds and why they... I can't say it over here. I don't want to. It's pretty vulgar as far as language is concerned, but it's pretty hilarious. Yeah. I don't know what that's probably a blue jay. We don't have crows around here. Blue jays squawk like that. I didn't realize that either until I started putting out bird feeder and sunflower seeds. I don't speak bird. Maybe he could be very happy. That's right. You're not wasting time to try to read it. What's going on, Dark Side? Oh, the cursive. Yeah, it's a little hard to read. It's small. I can't really read it that well either. My glasses. I got trifocals, so I'm kind of like, what did that say? I bring a magnifying glass out. I can't zoom the text. You'll have to go to regular type font, Sky. I can't read that. I can read cursive, but that's micro cursive. And Pax is here. Hey, Pax. What else was going on that I want to talk to you guys about? Some different little stories. I ask Gemini all kinds of stuff now, that app where you can just talk to it. What was another thing that happened this day in history? Ronald Reagan signed with Russia to like reduce nuclear arms or some crap. How well did that hurt? How well did that work? It didn't work that well. Love coffee. Transformers. I never got into Transformers. The movies. When I was a kid, I didn't care for the toys, the cartoons. I mean, they're kind of cool. I knew, the obvious characters from there, but I just didn't. It didn't entertain me. I never got into that kind of stuff. The Transformers. I like X-Men and stuff like that as far as movies are concerned, but I didn't have like action figures and stuff like that all the time. I was too busy out riding my bicycle all the time to have that kind of stuff. Playing ball down the street with my friends and things like that. Yeah. The Autobots. Well, there's a few people that want the holidays to be over. Majority of people are excited for it. 70% are excited for it. The other 30 are like me. I'm ready for it to be done. I'm waiting for January 2nd. Have a good day, Sky. I'm in Georgia, not far from Atlanta. In a southern historic town. And it's just me. Typically, there's a few more people here this morning. Oh well, it's not like I'm talking to them anyway, right? We'll go for a walk around the block here in a minute and kind of see what's going on in town. It's super quiet this morning. It's kind of eerily quiet. Oh my gosh. Something about having a good day. I can't read all the cursive writing. It's too small. I'm too old. I would have to pull the phone up and like look at it. Adjust my glasses. I'm not happy with these glasses either. They're supposed to be the trifocal ones, the no line. I spent all this money on them. The previous pair I had were great, but they were over years old, so I had to update. And then I got these, and they're like, I can see, but it's like I really have to. My peripheral vision's not that great with these. They beat Texas yesterday. I didn't even look and see the score. They were playing in the Mercedes Stadium in Atlanta. So they beat. What was the score between Georgia and Texas? Okay, Sky. Have a good morning. I can read your chat now. I can read your text. Some instant coffees? I never did instant coffee. The only thing that comes to mind is like Taster's Choice or something like that. 22-17. Wow. What was it the week before? It was UGA against Georgia Tech, and they went into like 8 overtimes. 8 overtimes. And they were like, it went on past midnight or something crazy like that. It's like a long ass game. After like the 4th or 5th overtime, they're like, you know what? I'll just listen to the rest of the radio. I'm gonna start heading home. You think this generation of kids is cooked? Probably not. Probably not. Honestly, our parents probably thought we were cooked, and their parents thought they were cooked. You know, crazy and wild, out of touch, and all this other stuff. Who knows? I just have to accept the fact I'm getting older, and I just don't understand. As you get older, you don't like change, or don't understand it as much, and wonder why people can't do the same things you did growing up. You know. Cowboys not doing so great. I have a friend on here, Eric. He's a YouTuber. He's a huge Dallas Cowboys fan. He's got a Cowboys hat he always wears all the time. Yeah, I don't really follow the sports anymore. No particular team. Like I said before, I just like being around people watching a game together is more fun than going just because you're at this one team, I guess. It makes sense. I don't know. And I don't know stats. You know, Kentucky's 8-1. That's good. So Georgia, when they won yesterday, that means they're SEC champions. Is that right? Was that for the SEC championship? I don't know. There's Ella. Eight and 1. That's pretty good. But oh my gosh, hamstring got detached. Jeez, that's insane. That sounds very painful. I can imagine you're out there running as hard as you can, and your hamstring says, "Snap! I'm out of here." They bring the little golf cart out there to haul them off, and the fans start cheering. Don't you find that funny? The game stops, obviously, right? If the guy's injured in the field, and people are talking, and they go to commercial break, people just stay in and stuff, they come back, and they don't stop cheering until they haul the guy off the field. They're happy he's off the field so the game can continue. They're not happy that he's going to get help. You know? You think about it. As soon as they start wheeling him off, he waves. They're like, no, we're just glad you're getting off the field so the game can continue. Get out of here. You're slowing us down. We'll read about you in the paper later or on the phone later, you know? I remember asking that question. People are like, I never thought of it that way. Yeah, they'll start cheering until they start hauling them off. That's baseball, basketball, any sport. Now, soccer players, you know, the wind blows at them hard, they fall down and roll around. The Waterboy, I saw that movie when it came out. I can't remember much of it, though. Adam Sandler. But I don't remember all the bits and pieces of that movie. And the guy on the cart's injured. He's just waving like, thanks, guys, for your support. Hey, there's Eric. I was just talking about you, Eric. Stardashian. He's a YouTuber. And you got the door? Okay.
It will push.
All right.
Thank you.
She's got like her hands full of cups and condiments and stuff for the coffee shop. We were talking about the Cowboys for a second, Eric. And how one of their players got injured or something like that. Yep. Bad luck this year. Don't the Cowboys have bad luck every year? Just saying. When's the last time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl? Oh, that was the quarterback that went out? Damn. Yep. For the year. If the hamstring detached, would he even be able to come back next year? I imagine that'll take a lot of time to heal and get therapy and stuff. But like these injuries athletes have, they learn a lot of stuff medically about that, and they can pass that on to regular civilians like you and me if we get hurt. And so that's one of the benefits of players getting injured on the field. They can learn from those different medical procedures to get that person well again. Just anything like car accidents and car races. That it's not. It's fun to watch the cars go around and around and try to beat each other, but they're getting all kinds of data about tires and engines and safety, and a lot of that stuff gets passed on to civilians like you and me in our cars. NASA stuff gets passed, for us to use, like GPS and things like that from the military. So it's a very fun, entertaining way to research something and put it as a sport. Some of that stuff comes through, and you end up buying it, using it in your everyday life, and you never even realize that a lot of that, not everything about it, not just from sports and things like that, but they contribute to development of stuff, which is kind of cool in a way. Hard on your mind psychologically. Yeah, I mean, you have a career in the NFL, and then you pull that. I mean, are you done? I guess that's why they do contracts for like 4 years with so many millions of dollars. So if you do get injured, you're still getting paid millions of dollars to throw a ball around. But you throw the ball around really well, so you get paid more. Oversimplifying sports? Is that what I'm doing? Yep. We all drive cars, but we're not getting paid like NASCAR drivers, right? They get paid to play with the balls. I recognize that guy too. I don't know these people's names. They're all in a hurry to go to church and stuff. What time is it? I think I remember him from the Catholic Church. Mass starts at 9 in like 15 minutes. That's why he's hurrying. But it's right down the street. My favorite baseball team? I like the Chicago White Sox for a while. That's when Michael Jordan decided to try baseball. And but I never followed a particular team. My dad liked the Cubs for some reason. He'd never been to Chicago in his life, I don't think. He was a Cubs fan. So I don't know. You just pick one, draw one out of a hat. Okay, that's my favorite team. Houston Astros. Well, you're in Texas, Leo. That makes sense. I could be for the Braves here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, but like I said, it doesn't really matter who's playing. It's just the fun of the sport for me. Yeah, Michael Jordan should have just stuck to basketball. Stuck to basketball. I saw him at a spring training game. It was embarrassing. He did. Yeah, he should have just stuck. He wasn't Bo Jackson playing 10 different sports. Miriam, why are you so hateful? I've got a few people watching that like me. But anyway, my subscribers have jumped up a lot. I'm up to like 1,200 or something like that now. What's my subscriber count now? 1,255. I think Miriam was just being facetious. 1,255. And I normally don't block people unless they say 2 or 3 chats that are, if they say one, I'm not going to block them. But if they come out with like 3 or 4 different chats that are annoying, rude, or disrespectful, then I might block them. But anyway, we won't get on to all that. So if you're a YouTuber, there's a lot of things you're trying to accomplish when you are trying to build your channel, and one of them is what's called watch hours. So how many hours do people watch your videos? It dictates how your channel will grow, hence whether or not you get to monetize your channel or not. And they put these stipulations in place, these stepping stones you have to reach to reach certain levels. So like one of the things is you got to have at least 500 subs, and the next level you got to have at least 1,000 subs. So I've got that knocked out. Braves all the way. How are the Braves doing this year anyway? But the next stepping stone is watch hours. You got to have like 3,000 watch hours before you can monetize your channel. And I'm at 1355. So, and that's over a year. Which doesn't sound hard, but unless you put a lot of content out there or go viral for something crazy, you're going to be slow to earn those hours. Ramesh, my friend from India. Did you ever get your coffee mug, Ramesh? I haven't looked that up. I looked it up the other day, and it said it got rerouted. So evidently they figured out the zip code thing that you gave me, and they're rerouting your coffee mug to you. So you may have it now, or you may be getting it soon. I did not check it yesterday when I was at work, or the day before yesterday, I mean. On Friday. I didn't check it Friday. The other one I sent is like held in customs for some reason. It's a coffee mug with paper wrapping around it. It's nothing. So I don't know why. And I shipped it the exact same way. So I don't know why it got held in customs. It's still been held at the post office. That's weird. You got to figure out which post office it's held at and go to it, or contact them. I know here in the States, your package is not going to sit at a random post office. They'll just return it to sender. And if they know you well enough, they can reroute it to your house. But if they don't know you and it just shows up, they're just going to return it. They're going to waste their time with it. So I'm kind of shocked in a way that they're holding on to it and not just returning it, or contacting another post office saying, "Hey, is this yours?" or whatever. I imagine though, if it's a big city, places like New York, Chicago, and things like that, they're not going to hold on to packages either. They go through thousands and thousands and thousands of packages. They wouldn't have the space to sit there and nitpick through all of them. I work in a really small office, so I can take the time and say, "All right, Miss So-and-so, here's your package. You put down the wrong address." Call them up, find their phone number on the system, and if they got a P.O. box or whatever. So, yeah. It's been 20 days. Temu Conor McGregor. That's a first. The Temu version of Conor McGregor. That's pretty accurate, though. That's pretty accurate. I am not built like him. I don't have tattoos like him. I don't have his money. None of that stuff. And he probably doesn't laugh as much as I do, from what I've seen. So, yeah, I'm the TV version. I'm a Chinese knockoff of Conor McGregor. That's funny to me. That was cool. I don't know. I haven't seen Neat on here in a while. Leah was on here a few minutes ago. He had to leave, I think. Brooks, I haven't talked to her in a while either. I think she just shows up during the week. She's probably sleeping in on the weekends or something like that. Maybe why we don't see her on here on Sunday morning. But it's all good. I don't expect everybody to show up. It's not like a mandatory meeting, Call people out. Where were you at our meeting Sunday morning over coffee? So yeah. I don't know. And there's Ramesh. But Neat, he's another guy from India, and I haven't seen him on here in probably over a week or something like that, which is kind of odd. I think a week or so ago he was talking about how he was sick and he had to go to the hospital. Or was that you, Ramesh? I think it was Neat. He was sick or something, had to go to the hospital. He may be ill again. We don't know. Hope he's okay. Don't want to wish ill on anyone, except a couple people I know personally. Oh man. There's always one or two. Yeah, Ramesh is a really cool guy. Everybody on here is really cool.
Love you.
I wonder if that's her mom. She said, "Love you, bye." So probably her mom, I would say. It's very possible. Yeah, this place is dead. Normally there's a few more people showing up, watching me live stream like I'm a weirdo. But I've been doing it for a few weeks now, so people kind of accustomed to me sitting out here, yelling at my phone. Now he's still waiting on his coffee mug. I had this custom coffee mug made that I gave away. I had like 5 of them, and I did like a drawing and shipped them to my subscribers. And one of them is in India, Ramesh, and paid like $25 to ship that thing, and it's stuck in some post office, random post office in India. So you may never get it. I don't know. We had a miscommunication on zip codes, so he gave me the wrong one first, but I'd already shipped it. And then he's like, "No, that's the wrong one. It's already gone, dude." I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area, in a little historic town where it's nice and quiet. Every bit of 3 cars driving around. What's the temperature now? Oh, we're up to 40 degrees now. We've gone up 2 degrees. The post office across the street is bustling. They're getting ready to deliver all the Sunday packages. Someone else is sipping in Ramesh's cup. Ray, he's in Missouri. He got one of the mugs. He did a little, oh, you're in Covington? Cool. Well, I'm not far from you. I'm not far from you at all. Probably 30-minute drive from you. And then Tammy, she's in the town between us. I don't want to give everybody's towns away. I mean, if you're willing to say you're in Covington, that's one thing, but I'm not going to divulge your actual town you're in if I know you. Because I don't think there's a lot of stalker weirdos on this live stream on a Sunday morning. But you never know. I don't have the custom mug in my hand. I have one of those mugs left. That's right, Guns and Magnolias. We're going with Conor. I'm the Temu of Conor McGregor, as the previous person said, which I think is hilarious. I'm a Conor McGregor knockoff. The only thing about these paper cups, the coffee gets cold. I need my little thermal cup that I have at the office. It keeps my coffee nice and hot the whole time I'm streaming. I guess I could have brought a thermal mug here and they would have filled it up for me, no problem. I didn't do that. Wasting paper and plastic, throwing the stuff away. But what are you gonna do? It's the way of the world, right? Oh, there was a story about Starbucks. I don't know, maybe in New York or something like. I think it was New York that they have a recycled trash can in their stores for the plastic and stuff. It's supposed to be recycled, right? Well, somebody put one of those air tags in the plastic recycling to track where it went, and it doesn't get recycled. They traced it. It got put on a truck, evidently, and got driven down to Alabama, and to a facility that incinerates trash. It burns trash. So basically, the Starbucks in New York isn't recycling their cups like they claim they are. They're trucking them to Alabama to get burned up. So those little air tags, somebody sacrificed an air tag to track it down to see where it was. I don't know if it's like an incinerator that's for like a power plant type thing, because they have those too. They're not common, but an incinerator trash and create heat and turns the turbine and makes electricity. It's just a very nasty way of doing it. But yeah, they burned the plastic, didn't recycle it. And then there was other stories that the recycling really doesn't isn't what everybody thinks it is. Some of it gets put on tanker ships and goes to other countries and ends up in giant landfills in other countries that they're supposed to sort through and recycle, but they don't, and it gets into rivers and streams instead. It's like a very small percentage of the things that you recycle actually gets recycled. It's like the organic food tags. Some of that's been debunked too. Not, people just throw the word organic on their stuff, and just to make it sound trendy or whatever, and it's really not organic. I'm not saying it's across the board. It just happens from time to time, false advertising. The recycling thing. I knew about the recycling thing not being all it's cracked up to be. Don't panic, it's organic. I still fill up my recycling bin. Mostly, all the cardboard boxes, the garbage that I order online, and Rachel orders online. We have all these boxes every week, and I send them on the recycling truck. Maybe part of it gets recycled. I don't know. I'm not willing to sacrifice an Apple AirTag to find out where my recycling goes. I guess I could, but that'd be kind of it's like, how much are AirTags? $50 or something like that, maybe. Let's look that up real quick. Somebody sacrificed an Apple AirTag. Apple Air. Whoa. No, stop giving me pop-ups. AirTag. Boop. Wow. So you get a 4-pack of AirTags for $72 on Amazon. Oh. It's 9 o'clock. Alright, so we got past that. You can get one for $25 and then sacrifice the system and find out where your crap's going. Yeah. $25 experiment. I should do that. There's other ones. I have Android, so there's another company that does these things where you can... then you got Tile, which is the other little tracker type thing. But I think the Apple one is so popular because every Apple phone in the country will ping that information back. It's just part of the system, and that's why it makes it work. Each individual Android user would have to opt in for that information to be bounced back and forth. So that's why the AirTag is way more popular, in my opinion, than the Tile. Sure, you'll be able to find your stuff, but if not everybody's using the same Tile system and app, you may not get that information. You're relying on the popularity of that particular product. Customers. $99? Well, you need to shop on Amazon, dude. There's another one called Pleeble. Pleeble. P-E-B-B-L-E. Pleeble B. What camera do I have? I'm just using my phone. I have a Google Pixel 9, and I'm just using this for my streams. I do it for my videos and everything. I just use my phone. I don't have a special camera. The cool thing about these People Bees or whatever they're called, hey Istanbul, is they're rechargeable. I don't know if Apple AirTags rechargeable. What's in the sky behind me? Clouds. Yeah, this is the front camera too. So the rear camera does really good, but I wouldn't be able to see if I'm in the frame or not. So yeah. But I've really enjoyed the Google Pixel phones. The cameras are really good, and it's very responsive phone. It doesn't hesitate or anything like that. They've come a long way, of course. Apple's come a long way too. But the Google Pixel is kind of stripped down. It doesn't have all that bloatware on there you get from like Samsung and these other brands where they force you to use their apps and stuff. It's more customizable. So I can delete and add whatever I want to the phone, not be stuck to a certain brand. This battery lasts me all day long. Battery lasts me all day long. I have a Pixel 7, which is right here. I have one I can be looking on the internet while I'm with you guys, but I also use this one to run my own videos all night long, streaming them so I can build my hours. Basically, I can charge this thing at 100%, and I tested it on the desk, live streaming a series of videos all night long for like 7 hours maybe, and the battery will go down to like 45%. So the whole time I'm sleeping, it's running for like 7 hours straight, playing YouTube videos, and the battery only goes down to like 45%. So I would say the battery's pretty good, and that's a phone I've had for a couple of years. They're pretty good with the zoom too, yeah, really good with the zoom. But the trick to have any phone battery last long, whether it's iPhone or Android, is to not let it hit 0%. Look it up. Lithium batteries, you'll ruin lithium batteries if you run them all the way dead. So if your phone gets down to like 10%, you need to turn it off or put it on a charger. That doesn't matter if you got iPhone or Android, your laptops, all that kind of stuff. When you let that battery run completely dead, especially over and over again, it'll degrade it. You won't have any, it'll have no lifespan at all. So I never let my phones get below 20%. They start inching towards 20, I've got a battery backup, I'm throwing juice back in them. And that's why the batteries last. I mean, this one, like I said, I've had for a couple of years. It was playing last night, and I charged a little bit this morning. It's at 66%. I don't really use it that much, but the battery will last all day, no problem. This is a phone. I promise you this is a phone. Here, I'll show you. There's the camera. Let's flip it around. Now you're seeing what I see, and there's my phone on a gimbal, and that's my Pixel 9 phone camera that I'm on right now, and there's the DJI gimbal that's sitting on, holds it steady. I don't have a mirror, but I'm using the camera from the other phone as a mirror, and there it is. I'm not on a green screen, I promise you. I'm not on a green screen. I swear I'm not. Look around. I'm not on a green screen anywhere. Where do you want to go? There's my truck. Let's see here. Boop. There's the City Hall building there. And like I said, there's my truck, and there's the town. I am not on a green screen. It's just a really good camera. No, I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. Leo's in Texas. It's not. You can't let your battery die, Leo. That's the old nickel batteries that used to come in the old cell phones, and they would tell you to drain them down, and there was like things you could buy to purposely drain your battery to zero and recharge it. That's the old nickel batteries. But oh, you're in London? Cool. But lithium is totally different. These Tesla cars, that's all lithium. If you let that battery go to zero, that's why some of these people's batteries are just worthless and they don't get mileage on their cars anymore, because they run it down to zero. It will ruin the battery. But don't take my word for it. You've got Google just as much as I do. Look it up. I had the hardest time telling people that when I had my computer business. Don't let your battery die. Don't let your battery die. You know all the states, despite not being in America. You probably can rattle all the states off better than I can. I don't think I could name all 50 of them. I think I could if I sat there and thought about it long enough. But to sit there and rattle them all off in like alphabetical order or any kind of order, it would be hard for me to do. You can do all 50. Yeah, I'm just a dumb American. I don't know. I don't know. I can only speak English, and sometimes I butcher that. So, Google. You like my Google? The way I say Google? Okay. I'm in the South. I have a Southern accent. I've tried to. I've tried to. It's just my accent. I can't. There's some things I can't fix about it. Don't judge me. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area. And that beeping sound is the post office next door where they're getting ready to unload mail and stuff. This town is very chill. And I'm about to go inside right now and get myself a refill, and I'm going to leave my phone here. I got my backpack on the ground. I got this other phone on the table. And I can just leave it all right here. Nothing's going to happen to it. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to use the restroom real quick. I'm going to get a refill on my coffee. You guys just look at the scenery. I can flip it around. You can look at the courthouse. Boop. And I'll be back in like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Bathroom break and coffee refill. Be right back, guys. I'm back. Boop. I'm not in Marietta. I'm not north of Atlanta. Good try, though. Good try. Well, I'm back on and I lost viewers. That's kind of ironic. I have more viewers, people watching the courthouse than watching me. What's up with that? See if I can get back on this other thing real quick. I'm playing with the other phone as well. See my polls doing holidays. 63 people are excited for the holidays and 37 people are ready for them to be over. Oh, the rain bolts help to find out where he is? That's like the mystery thing. Alright, so I have one coffee mug left. If you can guess the town I'm in, I will ship you this coffee mug. And I have an email address called CoffeeWithMalcolm@gmail.com. So if you can identify which town I'm in, then yeah, I'll send you a coffee mug that says Coffee with Malcolm on it. I don't have one. I don't have it on me. It's at the house, but I'll ship it. I am not in Athens. Not in Athens. I don't live in Athens. I work in the Athens area, but I don't live there. I've been pretty good at not giving away my position. Although there are geographical things around me that you could probably use to narrow it down. But there's quite a few historic southern towns. It's going to be pretty tough for you to find out exactly what town I'm in. You guys want to view a little bit more? So there's clues that I've given you. You probably could narrow it down if you tried hard enough. I'm in Africa. Yeah. There's lions in the background. How stereotypical is that? The only thing I think of Africa, I think of like lions and giraffes. Thanks, American educational system. I got to think of this. It's jacked up. I've even done little walks around the block. We'll do another walk around the block again here in a minute. And then if you can guess what town I'm in, like I said, I'll give you a coffee mug. Little church vans driving around picking people up. I don't follow Christianity anymore, but I have to say there was one church that I was very impressed with, and still am, mainly because of the people in it. It was this Baptist church in a neighboring town I did computer work for. I didn't attend the church. I didn't. I was Catholic. They're Baptist. It's like just the kindness of their heart. One day, the wife and I were taking, my ex-wife, and I were taking the kids to Chuck E. Cheese. And we're riding down the interstate to get to the other town where the Chuck E. Cheese was, and the car overheated and the engine blew. I was managed to get off the interstate, and that was it. So this was years ago, and thank goodness Uber was there. So I downloaded the Uber app, created an account, got somebody to come pick us up. We were like maybe a mile from the Chuck E. Cheese. And you had to take 2 trips because it was a 7-passenger SUV. We had it loaded down. Got everybody down there at Chuck E. Cheese, and I'm sitting there going, how am I going to get everybody home? This is crazy, you know? Lawrenceville. No, not getting closer, though. So anyway, I'm sitting there. The kids are having fun. The ex and all them are having fun. They're playing games, getting tickets and doing stuff. And I'm sitting there just racking my brain. How am I going to get everybody home? We only, my finances weren't where I could just rent a car and take everybody home. I just didn't have a lot of money at the time. And our main vehicle for the family just broke down. So I was just at a loss. And I reached out to this one guy at this church. I don't know if he was like a deacon or something like that. I think he was part of the youth group or something like that for that church. And I texted him to call me, and he did, and I explained what was going on. And he's like, we'll come get you. We'll just come get you. I'm like, you'll do that for me? He's like, yeah, we'll come get you. So him and his wife went to the church, got the church van, like a 15-passenger van, drove like, I want to say a good 30 minutes to where we were, picked us all up, drove us all home, which is further than, he had to drive like 45 minutes to get us home. And of course they don't want to dine for this, anything like that. They're super happy, asked, if we need to stop along the way. And they continued being a client of mine for my computer business for a while until I shut the business down. But that was like one of the nicest things that I ever had anybody like a church facility to do for me. It was wild. I was super impressed. I was just blown away that this guy that I barely knew, just because he was a customer of mine, would come get us all and take us all home, which was really cool. It was really cool. I had reached out to a couple people at my church. They weren't answering the phone. The Catholic church I was attending didn't have like a bus or a van. They could do anything. Like somebody had to come in a personal vehicle. I don't know what made me think to contact him. I guess I was just at a loss. And I don't know if he texted me and I texted him back. I don't know how it came up to that, but somehow, for whatever reason, he ended up showing up and giving us all a ride home. And he's like, "You can come get you right now." I said, "Well, we just got here." He even waited to let the kids have more fun at Chuck E. Cheese before he came and picked us all up, take us home. It was just wild. It was like a Saturday or something like that. But anyway, oh, that was pretty cool. Growing up, I just always found more of the hypocrisy of churches growing up and through my adulthood. And you hear these stories of outreach and things like that. The climate in Winterville is awesome. I'm not in Winterville either. I'm not in Winterville either. Keep trying, guys. Today's challenge is to find out what town in Georgia I'm in. Yep. Oh, somebody's got a little doggy in their car. I should have brought Sweetie. I'm in the USA. You narrowed it down by country. Poor Sweetie. She's such an older dog. I tried walking around the block with her. She was so wore out after that. It was just a casual walk around the block. And she just can't handle long walks like that. She'll play for a little bit. Like she'll play fetch for she'll do fetch like 3 times and then she's done. And even then she's not running, crazy to play fetch. She's kind of, she's not hobbling. She gets around, but she tires real easy. She's a pretty old dog. She likes to just bask in the sun during the day. And I'm in Georgia, Ramish. I fed her this morning. She, like I said, she's going to lay in the sun and just chill. I wonder if she's in the sun right now. I got a camera watching the backyard to see if she's there. She probably is. Let's see here. Let's see if she's hanging out. Nope, she's not on that camera. I got a couple cameras watching the backyard. Let's see here. That's the camera I want. See if she's laying in the sun. I don't see her. She may be on her bed. She's got a big cushy bed with a heating pad on it. Yeah, the sun hasn't hit the grass in the backyard just yet. So she's not basking in the sun yet. See? She's not in the backyard yet. She will be, though. Guarantee you, as soon as that sun hits that grass, she's going to be laying right in there. Yeah, she's a Labrador. Black lab. Now, I don't know if she's like a full-blooded lab or not. I think she is, because I think she was used for breeding. And then some jackass dumped her in our neighborhood like a year ago. And she kept wandering the neighborhood. And we finally took her in, got her shots, and got her everything she needed. And now she's ours. But you could tell that she had given birth to pups many, many times. Yeah, so she finally just reached the limit where she wasn't useful anymore. That's what we think. And they just dumped her off. I mean, we're in a decent neighborhood. And that's what happened. So I would bring her here, but she's super thirsty. She's drinking water all the time. She drinks more water than I've ever seen any dog. I mean, the vet says she's perfectly fine. Her blood work came back fine and everything else. But if I brought her here, she would just be bored laying on this concrete. She'd rather be on her cushy bed with a heating pad than sitting out here on the concrete next to me watching me play on my phone. So, but yeah, she's a good dog. Named her Sweetie. I've been giving her these CBD treats for like hips and joints and stuff like that, and I think it works because she seems to get around a little bit better to alleviate some of the pain she's probably in. Because before she would she would take her time getting up, like she's like, I gotta get this leg going, and she'd get up, walk around. But now she doesn't struggle as much to get on her feet when I'm giving her those CBD things. So That's good. I spoil her. Like I said, she gets it. Does all kinds of stuff for her. Took her for a walk around the yard. I don't have to put her on a leash. She just walks around with me. She didn't want to be in the yard. She wants, like I said, she wandered for months and months around the neighborhood trying to, Smyrna, Georgia. Nope, not Smyrna. Should we take a walk around the block? Give you guys some clues. Yeah, she just walked around the front yard with me, but she wanted to go back into the backyard, the gated area. I didn't have her on a leash. We're just kind of walking around the front yard. She sniffed a few things and stuff like that. But Smyrna, geez, I gotta think of Smyrna. I can't remember where Smyrna is. Hold on a second. I'll give you guys a clue. I'm east of Atlanta. We'll say that. I'm east of Atlanta. Let's see. Google Maps. Yeah, I got it. Blah, blah, blah. I can't remember where Smyrna is. Oh, no. You're on the west side of Atlanta. No, I'm on the east side. Not Decatur. Nope. Nope. Not Decatur either. I think there's been plenty of clues through the stream. There's been a few things that been on camera that should give you enough information to tell you where I am. So yeah. Got all the Christmas lights and stuff going on. All the money they spend on that stuff. Stone Mountain? He's going to start naming cities, towns all the way down until he gets it right. No, I'm not in Stone Mountain either. Where are you located, Ved? Kilcarney? Ved Kilcarney. What country are you in? Are you here in the United States? Ved's too busy on Google Maps trying to figure out where I am. Somebody will figure it out. Then it'll be all over the internet where I am. Then I'll have to move. He's in India as well. I told you I get a bunch of people from India on here. When I go through the analytics of my stream, my channel, it's like tied half and half with the United States and India, my viewership. It's wild. I think it's totally wild. I get so many viewers from India, but it's evening time there right now. So, which is kind of cool, I guess. Let me get this battery pack out real quick. Where'd it go? It's in here somewhere. Ah, there it is. My phone battery is fine, but my gimbal battery is not. And it holds the phone steady for me, so we're going to plug it up real quick. Make sure it stays fully charged. There we go. Charging everything up. This battery pack that I got from Anker, Anker, on Amazon. I like their products, and this battery pack is just awesome. It'll charge the phone like 4 or 5 times. And I've had it for a couple years. Yeah, it works great. Ramesh is from India. Neat's from India. We got Ved on here from India. Who else is from India today? I'm sure I've had a few other people kind of stop by and go through the stream. Death scroll, if you will. I don't know what that beeping is, though. It's something in the background. Burp, 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 burp. Got more people walking around. Some guy on a bicycle just riding down the middle of the street. on like a kid's bicycle. Yes. Full-grown man on a little kid's bicycle, just kind of pedaling around town, talking on his phone. You know, more power to him, right? He's getting his exercise in. At least he's moving around. I'm just sitting here. Let's see if there's any other cool stories to talk about. What's some interesting news in India we could talk about, Dad? Anything new going on? What was trending? Oh, TikTok was trending yesterday on Google about how they're gonna. It's possibly get banned in the United States. They're gonna ban TikTok possibly. Remember, Trump was wanting to ban it during his first presidency, and was never successful. But they gave him a deadline, and the deadline is like January 19th, 2025, and not the January 19th is the day before the inauguration, January 20th. So, if it does get banned, now Trump wants to keep TikTok. Before he didn't. Thought it was a national security thing and they're spying on us. They probably are. Google's spying on us too. They're all spying on us. If you're using a smartphone, you're being listened and watched all the time. But now he wants to keep it because he says it's a freedom of speech platform and stuff. But I think he wanted to get rid of it before because all the negativity that was on it towards him. And now he had a lot of positivity on TikTok towards him now. So now he wants to keep it. That's just my belief, my theory. But yeah, I find it kind of ironic. But he's got his own social platform now, Truth social media or something like that. I haven't gone on there. Yeah, it's going to be all politics, and I really don't care for all that. So. Never understood people in shorts in the winter. I'm sitting here bundled up in a jacket. This guy's got shorts on. People are strange. I'm strange too, but this guy was just, I found it kind of odd. I kind of watch people sometimes. I find myself a little paranoid sometimes than others. But he walked behind there, came around the whole thing, came behind me, and then went to the door. It's like he wanted to find out what I was doing, and he's being all nonchalant about it, walking around, when he could have just walked straight to the door. But no, he did the scenic route and came around the whole patio area just to go inside there and get a... can't point it down to the city. Man. GPT. I've never used that thing. Tried your best. Come on, Ved, you can do this. I don't think anybody else wants to know now. The competition has kind of died down. I want to find out what town I'm in. Oh man, if they ban TikTok, I don't know. People are going to be upset about that. Tim Hortons? No. I think it's Australia. Australia has passed a law where no kid under 16 is allowed to be on social media. I don't think it goes into effect until like April or something like that. Let's listen to the news. But they, I think it's Australia, maybe New Zealand. But anyway, they made a law for their whole country that kids under the age of 16 are not supposed to be on social media. They banned TikTok in India. That's wild. I mean, there's all these... China's not afraid to let people know they're spying on them. They don't care. It's just talking about that spying thing, too. Now, Russia spies, United States spies, and all that kind of stuff. Most of the time, when you're spying on another country, it's for government type things and national security, for the most part. People have more curiosity than me for Coffee with Malcolm. But they claim that The Chinese government, of course, needs to spy on everybody, but their intelligence agency will take requests from businesses as well for like a fee, you know. All right, Ved. Well, thanks for hopping in here. Stay tuned, subscribe and chat, man. Subscribe and like. We'll see you again tomorrow morning, maybe. I hope you have a good evening and a good dinner. But I think the government in China, from what, like I said, I was listening on the news. This guy was talking about TikTok and espionage and all that kind of stuff. That businesses in China can pay the National Intelligence Agency to look things up for them. Unlike here in the States, you know, Microsoft isn't going to pay the U.S. government to find something out about another government, you know. But then there's this, if you really want to get freaked out about spying and stuff like that, there's this program called Pegasus. And it was developed by a government to sell to other government agencies, and they could lease it. But if they find that they're using it nefariously for like war or crime or something like that, they can terminate their account, if you will. But this Pegasus program is supposed to be able to log into anything you want at any time. Hey. They can log into cell phones, they can log into your security cameras at home, they can log into your laptops, they can log into your car, everything. And without you even having a clue, know what's going on. I'm not worried about it because if they're spying on me, they're really bored. I really don't have any information to give, so I don't feel like they're watching me. Like, I'm not worried about that. But it is kind of creepy how a program is out there. They can literally log into everything that you own digitally. If it's on the internet in some way, it can log into it and spy on you. Find out where you are, watch your camera, you know, when you're not wanting it to, you know, whatever. So yeah, don't do anything embarrassing in front of your camera because you might be watched. Don't tell them what they're going to be watching or why, but yeah, it could be. It could be. Look that one up. Pegasus. There's all kinds of stuff like that out there. You just don't know about them. I'm sure there's probably more technology out there, things like that, but you got to think about the ethical part of it. And ethics is when you're spying, you're listening and watching. There's no real ethics to it. They're going to watch you whether you like it or not. So yeah, no way around that. You'd have to completely fall off the grid, live out in the desert with no electricity. And even then, they can watch you from satellite if they wanted to. Okay, so you'd have to live in the desert, no electricity, and inside a cave. There you go. That has a stream running through it. And yeah, and you still have to come out to get food, so you'd still be watched. So I guess there's no way to really get away from being watched and listened to at all times. So if you're paranoid about that kind of stuff, sucks to be you. "20 feet from the car, hitting the little button to make it honk. When all you have to do is walk up to it." Wow. So this car, these ladies drove this car up here, turned it off, go inside to get coffee. So you know the engine's hot. The engine's warmed up in the car and everything. This is what I do, people watch. They go in there to get coffee, but the car was turned off Well, it's cold out, so you got to have your car running so it stays warm. They couldn't do it with the remote, so they walked over there, turned it on, left it up, running again. Because it's going to take them so long to get a cup of coffee. The engine's going to be ice cold by the time you get back out to it. I just find that funny. Just turn it off. It'll be fine. Get back in there. It takes 20 seconds and you get heat out of the engine again. If you're that cold, you should probably be wearing more clothes. Yeah, it's locked, lady. Oh, I was thinking they were going to lock themselves out of their car. That'd have been hilarious. Wait a minute, there's somebody in there too? People are so weird. Okay, this coffee is going right through. I'm going to use the restroom again. And then we'll go for a walk around the block. How about that? This is 9:39. Yeah, let me use the restroom real quick. I'll come back out. We'll take the phone and we'll go for a stroll around the block. And then maybe you guys can figure out. You got to take care of your mom. Take care of your mom, Leo. Hope she gets okay, man. You're not required to be here. It's not like you're going to get a tardy slip or something like that for not being on the live stream, dude. It's totally fine. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back again. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I hope she's okay, man. So let me pack all this stuff up. I got my backpack with all this stuff out here. I can't walk around with all of it. Oh my gosh. People are funny. People are funny and strange. Got my garbage. Throw it away. My backpack. Put this in the truck. And you and I can walk around. How about that? We can walk around town, see what's going on. But I don't think it is. Put it in my pocket. It's like really quiet this morning. I don't know why. It seems more quiet than usual. What are you gonna do? I wonder what that sound is. That bop, 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 bop sound is. I don't know. Maybe this ATM or something. Sorry, I left the Wi-Fi and it got turned off. Bloop. Anyway, stomach ulcers. That sucks, dude. Little rose bushes over here, some flowers and stuff. It's chilly. Come on, warm up, town. Come on, weather. Gotta warm up some. Used to be able to eat in a nice restaurant down here, and they got closed down. But it was kind of hidden away. Really wasn't on the main street, if you will. It's tucked around this corner. It was really nice. I wouldn't say upscale, but it wasn't like t-shirt and shorts attire. How is it so amazing against your weather, Ramesh? Check out, we'll do the camera the other way so you guys can see what's going on. Used to be a little restaurant in this white building up here. I can't remember what it was called. But since shut down. I got something else called now. It's an event place now. They have like hold events and stuff there. So it's not like a regular restaurant anymore. Cool. Oh no, my sidewalk's gone. They took out the sidewalk. Strange. They call it, those orange coals, they call them witches' hats in Australia. I learned that from Ozzy Man, the YouTuber. They called them witch's hat instead of an orange cone. Little happy birds through here, little sparrows and stuff. Yeah, it's a nice little town. Like walk around, not much traffic. It just seems a lot more dead this morning than usual. You know? Use the crosswalk here, hope I don't get hit. All right, there's plenty of clues going on. You can figure out where I am. You want to come down here and hang out? You could. Oh, this is a good spot to sit. The sunshine right here. A little bench right here I can sit at and let the sunshine on me. That feels good. There's more traffic. I say more traffic like it's like a huge rush. Cars honking and everything. I see 5 cars and I'm like, man, traffic's picking up. This is a good spot though for a minute. Sit, let the sunshine on me. Well, everybody's just hustling and bustling trying to get to their churches for the most part. Like I said before, some of these churches are not in this town, but other areas not far away are shutting down. They're like, got for sale signs in front of them and stuff. It's wild. Membership has fallen. Oh, I should have brought my keys. I could have checked my P.O. box. That's how lovely this town is. I just left my keys in the truck with all my gear. So nothing's going to happen to it. I don't think you can do that in the big city, right? I don't take it for granted. I'm fortunate that I live in a small town, and I'm fortunate to have a job where I can work Monday through Friday now. Um, yeah, it's good. But I've lived in small towns my whole life. I didn't grow up in a city. I visited the city, but I didn't grow up in a city, you know? So, and I don't care for it. I wouldn't want to live in the city. It would be just too crowded all the time, you know? It's cool to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Good to be old, Kirk. I'm 48. I'm getting there. And I used to think the same way when I was in my 20s. I'm like, you lucky bastards sitting around doing nothing. Like I said before, it took me 30 years to get to this point of working different jobs and different careers and paths and things like that to be able to finally get to work Monday through Friday. Had I gone to college, I probably would have been doing Monday through Friday work a long time ago. But I think I did my fair share of working weekends and nights and all that kind of stuff in my 20s and 30s. Working crazy hours, working every weekend, working holidays and all that kind of stuff. Kind of just have to make your way through the ranks as life goes on, I guess. You guys want to walk around some more? Because there's clouds and the sun's really not shining on me anymore. I was hoping it would warm me up a little bit. It's almost 10 o'clock. Like I said, everybody's trying to get to church. 9:51. I know Mass starts at 9 o'clock because I used to go to that Catholic church here in town. So that's that one guy that was rushing to get his coffee and go. But I think there's a bunch of them start at 10 and a bunch of other ones, or a few others start at 11. But 12 o'clock, this little town will be full. Cars, parking spaces will be filled up. Everybody trying to eat lunch after church. People will eat out on Sundays more, and especially as a family. So all the little restaurants will be busy and everything at noon. Plymouth? No, not Plymouth. Not Plymouth. All right, we'll walk around some more. Kirk, where are you located, Kirk? If you're still on here. What state are you in? Like the little flowers. Little pansies. I've posed this question to people before. Why is pansy such a derogatory term? If you call somebody a pansy, you think of it like an insult. But they're the only flowers that can live through winter. So they seem pretty tough to me. So why would you be offended to be called a pansy? Does that make sense? Uh-oh. Istanbul, you are correct. Hello. There you go. Somebody figured it out. Oh, man. I'm going to move that message. There we go. I don't have to send you a mug. Alright, if you don't want one. What was the clue? Did you see a sign or something that gave it away? There are plenty of, like I said, there are plenty of clues. Where do you're in Turkey. You're in Istanbul, Turkey. So yeah, it was about $25 to ship the one to India. Poor Ramesh, stuck in customs. Can't even get it. Some seating out here for this little restaurant too. We're gonna cross the street here in a second again. Apex, how's it going? It'll be sand by the time it arrives. You think it's gonna get destroyed if I ship it to where you are? I don't think so. I know how to pack packages properly. I work for the post office. I should know how to get things to places safely without them being destroyed. We're waiting across the street. I could be a jerk and just step out in traffic because they're supposed to stop for pedestrians no matter what. But I like to just wait. If there's a bunch of cars, I can wait a second, let them roll on by before I cross over. They got this one thing called the Eternal Flame over here in front of the city hall. One of the buildings for the city hall, anyway. This is actually the city hall. The courthouse is the other building I was showing you. And check this out. You got the Eternal Flame, and it's dedicated to all the veterans. The American Legion this thing was put up on Veterans Day in 1971. Check it out. And there's the flame. It burns all the time. Put it where you can see it better. There you go. Natural gas. It just runs 24/7. It never stops. Let's go back this way. Free stuff. Sending me I could use some sand. Rumpelstiltskin. You're first on here. I think I would remember a name like Rumpelstiltskin. But thanks for being here all the same. We're kind of just walking through town. Have my cup of coffee. Enjoying the relatively quiet town. Free stuff. Amar Jawan. Huh. Are you in India as well, Rumpelstiltskin? What country are you in? That's new. I never heard of that. Amar Jawan. That's new to me. My gimbal's gone crazy. There we go. Spinning around. There we go. It's got this little joystick on here, and it just wants to go where it wants to go sometimes, which I find kind of annoying. Eternal Soldier. Cool. Amar Jawan. I didn't know that. You guys taught me something this morning. Thanks. See? gimbal just wants to go where it wants to go. This thing's supposed to lock on your face, but they don't have it to where it can lock on you while you're streaming. You can't do two apps at once for some reason. So I have to use the little joystick on here to keep the camera focused on me, but it keeps it from bouncing around a lot too when I'm walking. So anyway, that's the courthouse. The other building was the city hall. I was confused. I've been here 6 years and didn't even know that. Shows how much I pay attention. Oh man, that's a good little stroll. And we're going back again. Poor guys at the post office having to deliver packages on Sunday. Wish they had these heaters going. Last week when I was here, it wasn't so bad because the sun was shining. I was able to get warmed up that way. But we're back at the coffee shop now. My seat got cold again. I had it warmed up. This is a Pixel 9, Google Pixel. And I really like the Pixel phones. It's 10 o'clock. There we go. There's the bell. The Google Stylus? I don't think I've heard of that one. If I say the G word, the phone wants to go crazy and answer me. Thanks. I was on Wi-Fi, but I had to switch to cell phone while I was walking around. The signal's pretty good here in town, and I've always been very happy with the quality of the camera on this phone. My laptop that I bought, Motorola Stylus. Okay, I used to have Motorola phones. They're really sturdy, reliable phones, but I don't know. I like the Google one better. And I've always been very happy with it. But like with my laptop that I purchased to do streaming with and stuff, the camera on it's garbage. The built-in camera on the laptop, everything's grainy, and it's just sad. But I'd have to buy an external camera, plug it in on my laptop, put it on top of it to get a clear picture. But I left a review online about that too, how the camera quality on that laptop is garbage. I could draw a picture better with crayons than that camera could put on this screen. Motorola. Yeah, Motorola used to be the phone to get. Remember they had the Motorola Razr? And they got the Razr again, but the original Motorola is the flip phone. Everybody was freaking out about that phone. Everybody had to have that phone. Of course, that was before smartphones too. When everybody had flip phones. Get my channel to take off. I'm trying to build it up. Like I said, I'm over 1,200 subs right now. It's been growing pretty steady past couple of months. I'm excited about that. Right now, I have to get what's called watch hours. So it's, oh gosh, Tayeb Medic. I'm trying to pronounce people's name. I can't get it right half the time. But I have to get watch hours. So if you wanted to do me a solid favor, if you got an extra phone or a laptop just sitting around, log on to YouTube and let it play my playlist all day long. Just let it play my playlist in the background of my podcast, Coffee with Malcolm. There's like 60 episodes. And if you hit play all, it just plays all of them. And you can turn the volume down and just let it play in the background while you're at work or something like that. And that's going to boost my watch hours. So if you guys want to do that, that'd be helpful. I can't pay you or anything like that for doing that. But if you wanted to help me out, that's something that can be done. And I've actually done that. I've got an old cell phone. I have a Pixel 4 that I've kept. It's got a shattered screen, and it plays my live streams and my podcasts over and over again, and 24/7. I got it just playing in the background all the time. And then sometimes I'll get my computer doing it and another phone doing it, and just let it play my playlist so my hours build up. Is Jesus black? I don't know. Never met him. Couldn't tell you for sure. I don't know. Never met the guy. But yeah, watch hours. I'm at like 1,300 watch hours. I need 3,000 to be monetized, and then whatever I get for monetization will go to animal rescue. So, you know, I have fun doing these videos and these live streams and stuff, but the main goal is to get monetized and then be able to take that money and use it for animal rescue, for like catching stray animals, get them to the vet so they get their shots and everything, get them fixed, try to find them homes or release them back where they were, that type of thing. We have quite a few animals at the house that mainly Rachel has rescued. I haven't rescued any of them. I help her support them, you know, feed them and stuff like that, clean up after them. But that's her main hobby thing that she likes to do, if you want to call it a hobby. It's not a hobby. It's just something that she's passionate about. And so, I mean, it's expensive to take care of animals and buy them food and then take them to the vet to get shots and medical care and things like that. It all costs a lot of money, and we've been doing it out of pocket. But she wants to do more, and that would mean, yeah, whatever donations we get through these live streams and stuff like that, we would put solely into animal rescue, that type of thing. You're going to start a YouTube channel as well? You should, man. Why not? I have fun doing it. I have fun just talking to the camera. Don't put me in front of a crowd of people in real life. I'll freeze up. But on here, I can talk to a million people at once, and it wouldn't bother me at all because I'm not actually looking at them. It's like I'm talking to a mirror, which is kind of strange in a way. Istanbul's a gal, not a man? Well, there we go. That's what I get for assuming. Sorry, Istanbul. I do have a job. I work at the post office. I work Monday through Friday at the post office, and I can pay my bills and do everything I need to with that money. But we want to raise extra money for the animal rescue stuff. She wanted to do like I start a charity, but, you know, starting a 501c3 nonprofit charity and all this other tax exempt stuff costs money to do that too, and then you gotta have volunteers, and you gotta have, it's just her and I. So trying to figure another avenue approach to gain revenue for animal rescue. This is one. Postman Pat. It's funny you say that because there's another gentleman on YouTube, another YouTuber that I'm friends with. His name's Ray. His YouTube channel is called The Dashing Womble. And he sent me a video of that Postman Pat. Said that I reminded him of that as well. So that's kind of funny that you said that too. Postman Pat. I never heard of that before. It's like a UK thing. Oh, no. And there he is, Dashing Womble. Speaking of you, we were just talking about you, Dashing Womble. Somebody, one time just said that I look like Postman Pat, and I was telling him how you sent me that video. So I'm assuming that one ton is from the UK. To be familiar with that Postman Pat thing that you sent me. Yeah, Ray's his name. He's a pretty cool guy. He's got his own live stream. He streams late at night though. Does gig work and stuff like that. Really nice guy, really laid back. From London. Okay. Well, there you go. Starting to learn stuff about other cultures. Past Postman Pat. Had a nice little jingle to it. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but Little song. You heard your name just as you got on here. Yep, it was Kismet. That's what it was, Ray. Kismet. There goes a little Mini Cooper with the British flag on the side of it. How ironic. Yep, Postman Pat. Tina. Hey, Tina. From Toronto, Canada. It's got to be cold up in Toronto. If it's 40 degrees here, I can only imagine what it is in Toronto right now. Too cold for me, I'll tell you that right now. This is too cold for me. I don't like this. The stars have aligned. You got two guys from UK, a Mini Cooper with a British flags going by. Oh, all kinds of stuff going on at once. It has kind of like the stars align type thing. Saskatchewan. Oh, Toronto's warm. I don't know if I could handle either one of those in a simulation. Oh, right, that's what Elon Musk is. We're all in a simulation. It's all made up. Computer-generated life. It's like the Matrix when the cat appears. You got the deja vu type thing. -15 with the wind chill. No, thank you. Visited Toronto in September. I've never been to Canada. I've never had a passport. Every place I went was because they already sent me. We're in a simulation. I know, one time you're right. I drink coffee all the time. 28 Fahrenheit there. Yeah, it's pretty cold. I just want to stay inside. But I'm not as cold as I used to be. I would shiver a lot more, but I've been taking these iron pills, and the cold doesn't bother me as much as it used to. Let's just say that. Yeah, I love coffee. That and computers. As far as things that I ingest, coffee is my only vice. And he'll be okay. I'm not sure what that means one time. Golden baboon. If you're not rich, you can live in Canada. Wow. I would like to visit Canada, but again, it'd have to be in the summertime. So I couldn't do it in the winter. Hot weather sucks. Yeah, I mean, they each have their downfalls. You got mosquitoes and stuff in the summertime. That's my biggest complaint. Yeah. Japan. Oh, cool. That's cool. You're from Japan, but are you in Japan now? I had this other one. His username's Dark Shark or something like that. He's in Japan. Haven't seen him here in a while either. Not sure what happened to him, but everybody has a life to live, right? Yep. I would like to visit in the summertime. I think that'd be cool. To go visit Canada. I was saying last week I wanted to go see the Grand Canyon. I don't know. I think it'd be exciting to go see the Grand Canyon. They got that glass bridge. You can kind of stand off on the edge, over the edge of the cliff there. That'd be weird. Dang, 7 degrees Celsius in the summer. It's pretty toasty. What is that in Fahrenheit, Loki? 7 degrees Celsius. That's pretty damn hot. That's almost like 100 degrees, I guess, maybe? Wrap it up like white and bran. I'm not familiar with the lingo, one ton. I apologize. Not familiar with the lingo. You'll have to educate me, or I'll have to Google it one. And then Ray was on here spinning. Dashing Wobbly must have gone on about his day. 158? There's no way, dude. There's no way it's 158 degrees. Where'd you say you were from, Loki? Let me look back here. Canada? There's no way it's 158 degrees Fahrenheit in Canada. Everybody would die. Urban Dictionary. All right. Saskatchewan, 158. There's no way. There's no way. I was in Iraq in the desert. It was 130. That's the peak in the Iraqi desert that I witnessed. And we were pretty miserable then. 158. That's insane. Saskatchewan. You have moist heat. Nova Scotia. Moist heat. Yeah, we have that in Georgia as well. I like that. Instead of humidity, call it moist heat. Something about the word moist just makes it hilarious. I don't know if I'd want to go around calling it moist heat. Hey Matthew, how's it going, man? That's funny. I knew somebody who couldn't stand the word moist. And marrow, like bone marrow, it would freak them out. Moist and marrow were words that freaked her out all the time. If you said those around her, she would drip heat. I wouldn't call it drip heat either. That's drip heat and moist heat. Nah, I don't think I'll get. It would be kind of odd to say those type of phrases. Negative 50 Celsius here. If your temperature range goes from negative 50 Celsius to 70 Celsius throughout the year, I would not live there. I don't think that's accurate, but those temperatures, that would be quite insane. Little sparrow sitting there on top of the little speaker. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Drip heat. I never heard it called that before. That's funny. So if you named yourself Loki, are you watching that show, Loki, on Disney? The Marvel Universe type show? Well, it is a Marvel Universe show. And then they referenced it in the new Deadpool Wolverine movie as well. So if you'd not watched Loki, and then you watch Deadpool and Wolverine, that would be it'd be a little confusing for you. You need the backstory of Loki to really get some of the stuff in Deadpool and Wolverine, all the multiverse stuff. I thought that movie was pretty good, the Deadpool Wolverine movie. I liked it a lot. Went and saw it in theaters on opening night. It was pretty good. I hadn't been to movies in a long time, and went and seen Deadpool and Wolverine. That was pretty good. I don't know if there's any movies that I'd want to go see right now, though. You know, I was excited about the Deadpool. I wanted to see Beetlejuice in theaters, but I ended up watching it at home, streaming it at home, which was a pretty good movie. It was all right. Your grandfather gave you the name from the Norse. Okay. Loki. Okay, well, that's cool. Excuse me. I never got to meet my grandfather. He passed away before I was born. Both of them. Oh, I got to meet one grandparent. That was my dad's mom, and then she ended up passing away when I was like 11 or 12. But as far as grandparents go, that was it. Yeah. Haven't been to well, COVID, nobody was going to the movies during COVID. I mean, I'm sure there might have been a few people, but I hadn't been in a while. And Rachel's not crazy about the movies either. Going to the cinema, in the theater, whatever you want to call it. But she went for me. We went together to see Deadpool Wolverine. She likes the Marvel comics type stuff to movies too. She likes Thor, of course. part of the Viking life, huh? Wow. Walking their dogs. Lena is back. Where am I this morning? Ray, I'm just here at a coffee shop downtown, hanging out. My Sunday morning stream. We've been together about 6 years. 6 years now. Been together 6 years. We're at the point now we know each other really well. Know each other's quirks and stuff like that. Yep. But not married, just together, That whole marriage thing's the paper contract. I think marriage is a scam. Yeah. It's just a government contract where you can give up half your stuff, you get divorced. It's like, that's a simple way to put it. We can be together just fine and not have to worry about being married, It's good for insurance. That's all it's good for now, really. Taxes and insurance. You get a tax break and your insurance break if you're married. That's about the only benefits I could ever see of actually officially being married. 6 years, you're technically already married. Well, I guess so. But like the whole institution of marriage is thousands of years old, and people didn't live to maybe 35 or 40. So you get married, you're only agreeing to be with somebody for like 15, 20 years, and that's it. But now you get married, you could be with them for 70 years. So it's like totally different. Yeah, I do single on taxes. I don't declare married because I'm not, so just do single. But yeah, institute of marriage it wasn't that big of a deal, really. Like I said before, population was so small as well. You would get married and have kids or whatever, but you lived in small villages and stuff like that. You didn't have people around you all the time like now, Does that make sense? So you wanted to dedicate your life to somebody. More so, I guess you could say, officially. It's for healthcare, yeah. I'm married for healthcare, but she has her own insurance at work, and I have my own insurance at work. I mean, that'd be the only, save maybe a little bit of money each month. I don't know. That and taxes. I think if you file married joint, you can get a break in taxes as well. So, I've been married, I got divorced. She's been married, gotten divorced. It's just like, it's a formality type thing. I'm not even really interested in it, What is she? She works at a pharmaceutical business, a company. Pharmaceutical. She's a lab tech. She's super smart. She's super smart. Got a bachelor's and all that kind of stuff. Everything's very technical with her. She enjoys reading technical manuals, stuff like that. But everything's got to be industry standard with her as well, which can be kind of annoying sometimes. She's very rigid kind of thing. But yeah, she's got her own job, her own career. She does really well in her career and stuff. Like I said, she's super smart. And that's one of the things I liked about her a lot. Holding intellectual conversations with each other, And sometimes I'm kind of intimidated by her. And then sometimes I get annoyed too, because I guess you get annoyed with anybody you're with after a while. Certain little things that come and go, but everything's got to be so exact all the time, and that can be annoying. There's no gray area. It's always got to be pinpoint accurate all the time. That's the most annoying part. If I had to pick one thing. She's probably watching this right now going, really? Okay.
Morning.
Hello. I'm okay. You're not cold wearing that dress, that's it?
I was cleaning and doing a bunch of things, so I'm still hot right now.
Okay. You run a laser etching company? That's cool. I had a computer, like I said, I had a computer repair business for about 10 years. But everything's so disposable now. Nobody keeps anything. They just, you use it, you throw it away, or hopefully you recycle it. And everything's stored on the cloud, so it's not like people lose stuff on their hard drive anymore, you know? And only if you ran like a business or you had like a really high-end computer would you want to get it fixed. Now they're so cheap, you just get another one. Just get another one. Now, I got a good job at the post office, and like I said, I'm going to do this YouTube thing, try to monetize it for animal rescue, but I don't want to get into laser etching. I'd have to advertise and market it and stuff like that. I really don't want to get into all that. I did it before, when I was married before, because the job I had wasn't paying a lot, and I needed a second income, and I liked doing computers, and it worked out at the time, doing phone repairs and laptop repairs and things like that. But it was dwindling, and the business was starting to fall. It's just because there was just lack of business. I mean, you got places like Best Buy, these corporations having their little geek squads run around. People would trust that more than your local shop. And so they would go out to Best Buy, spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Spend all kinds of money at Best Buy to have these people. And then I live in a rural town, so they would have to drive 45 minutes to get to your house from Best Buy. And they'd charge you like $150 just to drive and knock on your door. That's before they even fixed anything. And then I was like, you know, I would charge like $75 for a house call. And it's, you know, I felt like I was doing a good job. I had a 5-star rating with my Google reviews on my business. Everything was going fine. It's just the business wasn't there. So everything just kind of dwindled away, and then I got divorced and I had to shut it down. That was a whole other story in itself. But yep. Anyway, used to sell music equipment. Yeah, like Ray just said, when you got places like Amazon selling this stuff, it's hard for a small business to compete. I don't know how these little boutiques around here, these little clothing stores and shoe stores around here survive. You can't really just sell stuff. Like old hardware stores have shut down because of Lowe's and Home Depot. You don't see the old-timey hardware stores anymore. They're all shut down now. I know of one in a neighboring town that's still hanging in there. But it's more like a museum than an actual hardware store, you know? But man, those all stores like that, you saw them all the time when I was growing up in the 80s and 90s, but the internet changed all that stuff. You get everything online. I'm guilty. I shop on Amazon all the time. Order all kinds of stuff out of Amazon. Real wood sales. Well, I thought about doing another little business too, a little website type thing. I was going to try to make some money off of, again, for animal rescue type stuff, but I don't know. This is just a lot easier. Particle board is garbage. It is. Real wood. Then you spend, if you want to like real wood furniture and stuff, you're paying an arm and leg for that crap. 22 years in the music business. Gold plating harmonicas and then microphones? That's wild, right? I didn't know you did that kind of stuff. Gold plated harmonica. That's wild. Learn something new. If you make it real wood, you can get some good quality stuff. You can still buy that, but real wood furniture costs a lot more. And rightly so. I mean, people are taking a lot more time and effort with real material to craft something like furniture, dressers, nightstands, tables, chairs, that type of thing. So yeah, you'll pay more, but you get a lot more too. Does that make sense? Normally, you buy it one time, it lasts you the rest of your life. Now you go to IKEA, and it's pressed wood and cardboard. You know, you get it cheaper, and then but it's not sturdy. It can't hold up to anything really. Rachel likes IKEA. They have some good stuff there too, but as far as the furniture, it's just garbage really. It really is just like cardboard and pressboard stuff. One of the little tables got wet or something like that, and wood cutting board sells $120. Wow. Yeah, I knew a guy that did that too. And this older guy in his little workshop, he would piece together different colored woods in this like pattern for a cutting board, and he had what's it called? Not a milling machine. You put the board through and it runs the blades on top and bottom, kind of levels it out for you. I can't think of the name of that piece of equipment. But he did all that stuff and he lacquered it and all that kind of things like that, and he sold those. But it was a hobby. It wasn't like his business. He was retired. A planer, that's what it is. You're right. He would make cutting boards like that. Really cool. Sometimes he would do checkerboard ones. He said those, of course, were the hardest ones to make. But he enjoyed doing it. It was just like a hobby for him, you know. And subtle old stuff. Really? Van Morrison? He'd get angry on stage and throw something, and more orders would come in. That's wild, dude. So you're saying you made stuff for Van Morrison? That's wild. You get mad, throw it around. It's just like gold is such a finite resource. It really isn't that much gold in the world, and that's why it's so valuable. Yet people will just throw it around. Kind of weird. Maybe I'm thinking too much. Well, the Egyptians used to put gold flakes on their food and eat it. They think anyway. I don't know how they could prove that unless they had like kind of mummy, cut it open and found pieces of gold inside. I guess they could assume it that way, maybe. I don't know. I don't know how they come up with that kind of stuff. How they research that stuff. It's way beyond my comprehension. Like Rachel was talking about evolution, about how whales used to be land animals, they think, in theory. And it took millions of years for them to evolve and become sea creatures, sea mammals. Laser etching and got the NHL contract to cut all the glass for the rinks. No way, dude. That's crazy. But my argument was, if this mammal took 1 million years to evolve from land to sea, what did he do? Just started dipping his toe in the water every day until he finally, 1 million years later, was fully in the water? That's what's in my head. It's like, how much little increments would this creature have to take to evolve to being a sea mammal versus a land mammal? I can't wrap my head around. I'm not saying evolution is not right or wrong, but it's just hard for me to comprehend the time it would take for something to evolve that much to live in water. It would have to be next to the water all the time, and its offspring, and so on and so on. Mike's ukulele stands, tuner buttons, and logos all made gold-plated. Wow. I just saw this jackass. My ex's lawyer just walked by. And a mean look, too. Mean mugging me and shit. Fuck him. That was very weird. My ex's lawyer. I don't know why I don't care for the guy either, but I don't know why he was mean mugging me like that. I pay my child support and crap. All that stuff's gone in the past. I don't know what his deal was. That just threw me off the rails. he wants to, I don't know, just the way he was giving me this look. Hey, Stu Pot. This guy, my ex's lawyer, I used to go into his office and hand over the child support checks, but now my lawyer just said blah, 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 blah. Anyway, went into his office and he had this picture of him with 2 dogs. But he never had any pictures of him with like his wife or kids. And then I learned out later he has no kids and that he'd been divorced, and the only thing he got out of the divorce was 2 dogs. So he's a lawyer that got divorced and it was just 2 dogs, and now he's just single. Like, I don't know, he's walking with some woman now, but the way he looked at me was really creepy and weird. He just looked like, I don't know. I don't know, it really, maybe it's my paranoia, probably half of it, but the way he was looking at me, jeez. Like I went and peed in his yard or something like that. I don't know, that was just weird. I don't know, that's really messing with my mind right now. Good morning, Helium. I hope I said your name correct. It's gonna be bothering me now I won't be able to shake that out of my head for a while. That's gonna be bothering me. I know it shouldn't, but it is. I'm just sitting here at a coffee shop minding my own business. Gosh. I could have done it without that this morning. Oh, it's really gonna be bothering me. You got divorced, you got the kid and the dogs. Well, good for you. Good for you. And she cheated on me, and so I don't have to pay alimony, nothing like that. But I'm not going to go into details of that. It's over, it's past. And I hadn't seen him in forever. Crossed paths with, it's a small town. I haven't crossed his path in over a year probably or more. But he recognized me. He recognized me and I recognized him, but that look. I don't know. He should be happy he saw me. Because of my divorce, he made money. Why would he give me an evil look? You know? I didn't sue him or anything like that. I didn't go after him for anything. Hey Pamela, I'm doing okay. Just a guy walked past me a few minutes ago and yeah. Anyway. But I'm doing alright. Got my cup of coffee. Second cup, you know. How are the dogs? Yeah, I don't think of that stuff till afterwards. It's like you see somebody or you see something and you don't think about a good comeback until like an hour or so later when you're away from it. And you're like, man, I should have said that. I didn't want to get in a conversation with him. He'd probably be like, oh, they're doing fine. Thanks for asking. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, there's all kinds of stories. They try to pin stuff on me on that divorce. It was total BS. Yeah, she was the alcoholic. She is an alcoholic and was an alcoholic. And she had domestic violence charges about her and a girlfriend in public. She got arrested for disorderly conduct, all this different stuff, and I'm the bad guy for leaving, you know? They say all kinds of stuff about me. I don't go to that town anymore. I avoid that town because I passed through that town that we lived in. And the people of that town, when I started getting divorced, I got a lot of people, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there were quite a few people that wouldn't talk to me anymore, were giving me this, you know, the stink eye, if you will. And I've always had paranoia about people talking about me and saying crap about me, even as a child. It's something I never could shake. It doesn't bother me as much as it used to, but I still get kind of paranoid about it. I could tell a big difference. People were acting a lot differently towards me in that town. I left that town. I haven't been back. It's only a few miles away. But it's just a whole different vibe. If you know, a lot of people don't. It's been 6 years since I lived in that town, so um, yeah, a lot of it's old news now, but I feel uncomfortable going there too because I spent so long there that I wouldn't want to go back. I don't want to go back to that town for anything either. You countered all my signed rights over to your mom, then she signed them back to me. Jeez. Hey Terry, how's it going? Yeah, divorces are nasty. That's why I don't want to get married again. I don't think anything is going to happen between me and Rachel, or Rachel and I should say. But I don't know. That was just nasty, and I didn't want to have to do it again. Yeah. I'm away. Just hanging out here. I was hoping it would warm up a little bit, but it hasn't yet. It has not warmed up yet. I may go inside and sit down. There's nobody here. I don't think Ella would mind. I'm going to call her Emma, but her name's Ella. Horrible with names. Yeah. Over years for someone who couldn't keep a job for more than 3 days. Oh, it's like 42 degrees in them right now. It's pretty chilly. Yeah. But the wind's not, it's the slightest little breeze, which makes it more cold than anything else. Little birds don't seem to mind. They're hopping around checking for crumbs on the ground, little sparrows. I remember swimming weather, no way. When I worked in the late 90s, me and this guy worked in a service van. We did fireplaces and stuff. And every once in a while, almost every day, really, we'd go grab food at a fast food, right? And he would take little French fries and throw them on, reach out the window and throw them on the dash of the van, and all these little sparrows would just fly down and fight for those fries. And there were fat little sparrows hanging around McDonald's because all they were eating were like McDonald's food in the parking lot. And these sparrows were so fat they could barely fly. It was kind of sad thinking about it then. Now, I mean, but at the time it was just hilarious watching all these little birds, like 4 or 5 of them, attack the hood of the van trying to eat this one French fry. It's kind of mean, I guess, but hey, we're feeding them, right? They were happy. Little fat sparrows. I have a favorite football team. Would that be American football or soccer football? Which football are we talking about? I love watching birds. I haven't been maintaining my bird feeder, though. Your so-called mother left on your fourth birthday. Wow. Soccer. I don't have I mean, I like the sport soccer, football. I think it's fun. It's interesting. But again, I literally don't follow any particular team with fake baseball, football, soccer, basketball, none of that stuff. I think just watching the sport itself is more enjoyable than having to follow the rise and fall of your favorite team, you know? Proper football. The real football. If you look at the trending, what's trending on Google stuff, especially internationally, it's always soccer. It's always this soccer team, that soccer team, or this soccer player. You know, I was playing around with that Google Trends, what's trending around the world, different countries and stuff. Almost every country was something soccer related, was in the top 3 in some way. But here in the States, it's all politics and religion. So it's completely opposite here, right? I mean, you'd see stuff for sports too, like baseball and basketball and football and things like that. But and Canada's got hockey, yeah. But yeah, around most of the world, like India and Europe and Japan, it's all they all want to know about is soccer, you know. Faux American football. I don't know. I like when I did follow American football. I followed it late '90s, early 2000s. I like the Tennessee Titans. Um, I was living in Tennessee, and we finally got an NFL team, was following them, and they did really good for a couple years. But then I kind of just got away from it. Really didn't watch football anymore. I never was a basketball fan. Never really cared for basketball. Baseball is fun to watch, in person. Definitely in person, fun to watch, but not so much on TV. Tennessee Vols, yeah, knew about them too. Everything's orange in Tennessee, just like everything's red and black here in Georgia. Did you know they changed their area code to 865 and it's spelled VOL? When they were changing a lot of the area codes because all the cell phones numbers coming out and they had to make up more area code numbers. I don't know how they did it, but somehow the Knoxville, Tennessee area was able to change their area code to 865, which spells VOL for volunteers. That's how much they love their football in Knoxville, Tennessee. So much so they had a telephone company change their area code to spell it. That's wild to me. And I don't know, people fanatic about their football teams or college teams, but yeah, they're really fanatic about it there. Everything's orange. Cars orange. Your pets are orange. Everything's orange. Orange and white checkered. I don't even know the last time Tennessee Falls went to the playoffs or like that. It's been a while. I haven't heard. You don't hear about them. You hear about Georgia's been doing really well. UGA's been doing well as far as college is concerned, but Dashing Womble Ray, he's from a town that was mostly known for tennis, but he's not a tennis fan. Going to the games used to be crazy. It's still crazy now. They still do riots and act out at football games. It's crazy. It's insane. What was it? Violent supporters. Yeah. I won't dive into that too much, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. Well, if the winning team would just like hold spontaneous parades, or they would riot and stuff over a soccer game, it's crazy. Yeah, I'm full of useless information, worthless information like that. They would riot and stuff. You've seen it not often, but I remember seeing in the news that like some team lost and ended up fighting in the streets or something like that. It was weird. Or they had the stampedes, or they get out on the field. And it's not common. It doesn't happen all the time. Get it, but still, it has happened. I just super passionate about that. They're more passionate about soccer than football than they are their own country or nationality. It's like, wow, you were during the Stanley Cup riot. See, people get really antsy about their teams. I'm not gonna ease up on that. They love their teams, their sports. No graceful losers in these games. Some of these places. Gotta have it. Gotta win and take it all. When the Bruins beat the Canucks, I'll have to take your word on that, Loki. I don't recall that. I really don't understand all the rules of hockey on the ice. The different circles and lines and stuff like that. I tried watching it. It's a very fast-paced sport, which I like. More so than soccer in a way, but I had a buddy that was into hockey. He tried to explain it to me, but I just couldn't wrap my head around it sometimes, and I never really tried to ask anybody else or look it up or watch a YouTube video on it or nothing like that. So, and I don't watch hockey on TV. So I just never bothered to try to learn that sport. Yeah, the different lines, and they're passing it back and forth, and they get penalties and for different reasons and stuff. It was confusing for me. It was confusing. I'm gonna go inside. It shows games Stans was watching. Came running through the hatchet. What? Somebody came running through a football game with a hatchet? That's crazy. Let's go get another refill. I want to get another pastry too. We're gonna go inside where it's warm. I can't sit out here in the cold anymore. These heaters, and there's nobody inside here anyway, so I don't think Emma's gonna mind. I'll pay for the next cup.
Okay, you want another
Yeah.
one? Okay.
I want another oatmeal cookie too, as well, please.
Alright, I'm good. 707. There you go.
You don't mind me streaming in here, do you? Are you?
No, I really don't mind.
You don't mind? Cool. It's too cold to sit out there anymore.
I was like shocked you were still sitting out there.
I know. I was hoping the heaters were working and stuff, but
Yeah, we're gonna get Josh to try to fix it today if he comes in. If I come around, but I'll come out here for sure.
yeah.
It's too cold to be dealing with that.
If the sun was shining, it wouldn't be so bad.
Mm-hmm.
You never went into the game after that. Fencing. I've never done that either. You had to watch this hockey at work. That's pretty cool. Sword fighting. Yeah, not gonna get in that either. Maybe in a video game or something. I'm gonna do another 5 minutes and I'm getting off of here. This cookie's really good. Security for hockey rinks. Was that like the amateur hockey or the professional? Semi-pro? Okay. I don't know if I'd want to be in the middle of that. They had a riot after a soccer game. It's like any other riot. It's amazing how thousands of people can be protesting in a riot, and then like a dozen police officers show up and everybody disperses. The numbers don't match. They can totally overtake them and run them over if they wanted to. What time is it? Yeah, that's right. Football wants to go on in a minute. Are you gonna do a Christmas light? Oh, Ray's gonna do a live stream for all the Christmas lights. That'd be pretty cool. There's a town about 20 minutes from here. Small town, but they have like a yearly competition. People decorating their houses for Christmas. Some are pretty elaborate, really neat looking. And then they got this little local theater that if you pull up into the parking lot, you can tune to a certain radio station they have broadcasting there, and the music and the lights. The lights are choreographed with the music, so the lights are dancing to the songs playing on your radio. That's kind of cool. No snow here. No snow here. If it snows here, the whole place shuts down. Had a little ice storm a few years back, and it shut down Atlanta. I mean, people up north were laughing at us. Nice little ice, and the whole place shuts down. I remember there's one ice storm. I had to drive to Knoxville. Wasn't for Army stuff. I mean, from Georgia to there would normally be like a 4-hour drive. It took me 8 hours because it was icy and snowy, but I still made it. Made it all the way up there for formation that morning, and I was so angry because I had 8 hours of driving to get there, make sure I was on time, and people who lived just a few miles away didn't show up, so their driveways were iced over and it wouldn't be safe for them to drive. I was so mad. I'm like, I could have stayed home. I'm like, whoa, you're a war. I never missed in formation though. That was a little Ford Ranger pickup truck, 2-wheel drive, no 4-wheel, and a few houses with elaborate lighting details. You see those videos where people do that. The whole house is covered and all the lights are dancing to music playing. Well, I'm gonna get out there, guys. It's been almost 3 hours. I ate my cookie really fast. Thanks for hanging out with me this Sunday morning during the live stream. I'm on Monday through Friday in the mornings as well, if you wish to join me for another cup of coffee. And I hope everybody has a good day. Thanks for hanging out, talking sports and weather and stuff like that. And yeah, like and sub. Check in later, and I'll see you guys later. Again, thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing this stuff. So I'll see you guys next time.